Welcome to the Sangha House and our meditation YouTube channel. Tonight we're going to look at a subject, it's called a drop of oil in the ocean. And really it's looking at driving attention to detail in our life experience. So we're not talking about work, although of course that comes into it, that's part of life, but it's every aspect of life, everything we're doing. Don't worry, it's not like doing your tax return. When we pay attention to detail, the type of concentration we're using in Buddhism is something called samadhi, which is a single-pointed but soft and gentle concentration. The Buddha encouraged us to pay attention to the detail in our lives and our minds all the time, to be fully present and aware. Mostly our minds take us away from this. Our mind, it's like a small child, easily distracted, wanting to play all the time. So why shouldn't we let it? After all, we might dream up some creative things, and we're obviously evolved that way. That's the way we've developed. So what's wrong with it? Well, no, actually. I'm going to argue that case this evening. The mind, and I'm talking mind here, not brain. I'm no neuroscientist. I'm talking about a subjective experience of our own minds. And we've got two primary sides to our mind. And out of this come the full depth of our human experience, if you like. The first side we can call aware. And here we rest in our five senses and experience the world around us. But we have a sixth sense, the sense and awareness of mind itself. Just indulge me for a minute. Just for a moment, close your eyes and take your awareness within. Don't think, just experience. Experience the nature of mind. Mind without thoughts. How big is that mind? See if you can find the edges. It's quite big in there, isn't it? It's certainly bigger than our heads. This is the simple experience of mind. So when we work in this way, working through all five senses plus the mind, we are completely in the present. Here now, connected with the moment. And actually, most animals on the planet rest in this place pretty much all the time. Yes, they feel emotion, but it's fleeting and then gone. Even the emotion part, they definitely experience it, but they just let it go within moments. Just think of a dog, how a dog works. When it gets upset, yes, it experiences the emotion, but the next moment its tail's in the air, its nose is down, and it's off and running. However, what complicates things for us is the second side of the mind that I'm going to call create. And it's this part of the mind that does the planning, the scheming, the worrying, the expecting, the judging, and everything else. Even belief and hope sit in here. Perhaps that's a little controversial, but also true. So while we are sitting in create, while the mind is sitting in create, by definition we're not present. The mind has literally taken us away from the present. We're now sitting in the model presented to us by our minds. It isn't the world, it's the world presented to us by our minds. So what, you might ask? I get creative using this part of my mind, and after all, I've evolved this way, so it can't be wrong. Step away for the moment from right or wrong, because we're going to explore the idea of a single drop of oil added to a vast ocean. That single drop of oil, no matter how small, has subtly changed it. In terms of creativity, actually most of our creative ideas just bubble up from the depths of our consciousness. We aren't actively thinking about something when we're at our most creative. The mind just presents the solution. When we're walking in a forest or playing some music and relaxing, we're suddenly presented with the aha moment. Now, there are times where we must devote our time to thought, so we can plan our tasks, do our tax return, and even worry about our loved ones. After all, compassion comes out of that place. But we don't have to do it all of the time. And many of us do. We spend all of our time living in that create place. When we rest in full awareness, our creative mind can speak to us and supply answers to all sorts of problems and challenges. Actually, the most difficult situations occur for us when the two sides act together. Our create side overlays our awareness side, colouring the view. Then we experience a whole host of desires, aversions and delusions. An artificial view of the world that convinces us it's true. Our world gets overlaid with our own prejudices, biases, beliefs, hopes and fears. So we're going to start our journey now to a place of pure awareness. We're going to use the first meditation, which is the body scan. We're going to sit for about 10 minutes. I do encourage you to take part. Do sit. We can lie down in meditation, but the sleep systems tend to kick in, and before we know it, we're fast asleep. And here, if we're going to change ourselves, we need to work on full awareness. Okay. So, just settling down into your seat. Just take a moment to check in with your posture. Make sure your body's nicely, gently aligned. And take a couple of nice deep breaths. A feeling of letting go on the out breath. Letting go of challenges, problems, thoughts. We can get back to those later. We don't need them right now. And settle a gentle intent in the mind that for this short time, we're going to be thoroughly in the moment, driving our mind to a place of pure awareness, letting go of thought. So we're going to start by taking our minds, our awareness down into our feet, with our eyes gently closed. We feel. Just concentrate on the sensations in the feet. What can you feel? Have a look at the nature of those sensations. What are they like? On the surface of the skin you might find tiny little flicks of energy, turning on and off all the time, moving. There's nothing static here. Our experience of pure sensation in the body is constant change. You can check out the muscles and the sinews inside the feet. You feel perhaps the gentle contact of the soles of the feet with the earth. Even here, this early on, you may find tension in the feet, maybe the toes gripping the floor. See how much you can let go of tension in the feet. Just soften and relax. And then work up over the heels, up through into the ankles. And there are places in the body where there's not so much sensation, and the ankles is certainly one of these. But it doesn't matter, because the purpose here is to drive the mind to that awareness place and let go of thought, let go of create. Just be. Now gently travel up into the shins and the calf muscles. See what you can feel here. Then on up into the knees. Feel the knees. If you get any pain or discomfort, just take a moment to see how you react to it. Probably with tension. Soften and let go into the area. See if you can develop a sense of acceptance. It's just another sensation. Now we travel along the thighs and the hamstrings. You can tune in here to see if you can feel the contact of your clothing. As we're working through the body like this, you're building up a complete picture of your body. All these thousands of sensations. And we come up into the sitting bones, relaxing gently into the seat. I like to experience the pull of the earth here, feel it. Feel its vast nature underneath me, its deep stillness. And by doing this, we can bring a sense of that up into the body. As you relax down, let the head float up. Brings a sense of purpose into your posture, helping you to stay with the meditation. Now we're going to take a look at the heart space. This is a very important space. It's where our emotional energy lives. Emotions have a feeling about them. We feel something in our bodies and we think things in our minds. So here, I want you to let go of the thoughts, which will be about trying to understand or justify how we're feeling. We let all of that go and we just pay attention to the feeling side of emotion, which is mainly in the heart and the gut. So you just tune in. Just experience. The mind may try to ask, how am I feeling? But let that go and just feel. So come up to the shoulders and let go of tension here. Let it melt out. Our shoulders react to challenge in life with tension. So when we let go of that symptom of challenge, the mind softens. Just take the tension out of your shoulders. Let them relax. Then travel down the arms and down into the hands and the fingers. There's lots of sensation here. Really enjoy tuning in. See what you can feel. Tingling in the palms of the hands. Even the bones. You can feel your bones if you pay attention. And of course these hands, they offer out our actions into the world. Very important. Travel up now to the head and take a look across the scalp. Try and feel your ears. Maybe they have a temperature about them. Soften the face, let go of the frown, unclench the jaw. And even though the eyes are closed, let them soften. Feel as if you're gazing at something or someone you love. And just feel how that softens the whole experience. It's almost like a gentle smile behind the eyes. And it permeates the face and comes into the body. So now bring all of this experience together, the whole body from the toes to the top of the head. The complete picture, all those thousands of sensations, feeling it all, sitting in your space. So we've looked at the two sides of the mind, the aware side when we're in the present moment and the create side when we're not. And how they present potentially, through their combination, an artificial world to us. How does this relate to this idea of a drop of oil in a vast ocean that contaminates that ocean? Well, here we start to look outside of ourselves at the vastness of life around us and actually how we contribute to that. Buddha said, thoughts become words, which develop into actions that become habit, and habit hardens into character. So ensure that all thoughts arise from a place of compassion and love for all beings. It's an interesting idea. It's basically saying we're built from the ground up by every single thought we have. The other implication there is that if we choose to, we can start to change ourselves from the ground up. The essence of Buddhist thinking is in this. Every thought has the possibility of contaminating this world around us, just like that drop of oil on the ocean. In Buddhism, we have this concept of right intent. We learn to observe our thoughts and ask of them, is this wholesome? Is this skillful? So in this way, we are applying the side of the mind, aware, to the nature of mind and thoughts themselves, observing them with awareness, not assuming that they are presenting us with a true picture of the world. In this way, we can ask each thought, are you contaminating the world, or are you building on it with compassion and spiritual intent? essentially, are you skillful? Are you wholesome? It probably sounds rather exhausting, doesn't it? We have thousands of thoughts every day, and it could be exhausting if we had to do that with every single thought. But if we reside in the awareness state as often as we can, we are choosing when to create, choosing when to use this amazing tool on our shoulders that we're blessed with, and how we're using it. Conscious living, conscious thinking, mindful living, mindful thinking. We're making a choice. And actually, our real ally here is habit. And this is what meditation is really all about, forming a new mental habit of mind watching, drawing back from thoughts and just seeing them as another experience which can be used or disregarded, depending on their nature. We don't have to listen to all of them. So really, right intent is a practice of gently developing the mind to notice thoughts and see how they drive our decisions, to ensure those decisions are actually skillful and wholesome, delivering compassion and positivity to the world. When we do this, it really starts to change us. I actually work also as an NHS chaplain in the mental health sector. A Buddhist chaplain, I get called in when patients want to use meditation to help themselves. And because it's in the mental health sector, that's actually really important. The most serious problems that I see are people that have drawn completely inside themselves. They're no longer looking outward. They're just dwelling on their feelings of despair and depression. Really trapped, driven by a deep delusion which comes up out of this create side of the mind. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't underestimate the depth of their challenge to dig themselves out of that space. And they should definitely consult and listen to their healthcare professionals. But if they use this approach of right intent through meditation, they will start to repair themselves little by little. But actually, meditation is not just something we do when we're depressed or anxious. We should be doing it when we're fit and healthy, when we're feeling strong, because that way we're really preparing our mind to deal with difficult situations. We're developing our tenacity, our resistance to stress and to challenge. Just like the physical body, we don't train physically when we've got the flu. We wait until we're strong, and hopefully, because we get fitter, we're better able to fight things like the flu. The same on the mental side. So we're going to do a practice now called just sitting. It's a real good way to observe the nature of mind. I'm going to talk you through it. Relaxing down again on your seat, gently close your eyes. Check in with the posture. Bring yourself into that nice, upright feeling. Now take that nice, gentle couple of deep breaths, a feeling of letting go on the out-breath. And again, settle that gentle intent in the mind that for this short time you're going to stay with the practice. You're just going to be. Pure awareness, letting go of create. Even this early on in the meditation, thoughts may arise. Notice them. See how they appear in the mind, their nature, not their story. what is a thought like as it appears in the mind? Don't even answer that question. That's just more thought. Instead, experience. So first of all, just bring that memory back of the full extent of your body. So feeling your body sitting in your space, from the toes to the top of the head. Tune in to all those thousands of sensations you felt in that first meditation. Just experience that. Okay. So to bring a sense of focus in, just to help you stay connected to the present, start to become aware of the body breathing. Feel it. You feel how the chest gently rises and falls. Notice if the mind wants to alter the breath in any way. That is just the mind judging and accepting, expecting and thinking how the breath should be. Let that go and just watch the body breathing exactly as it wants to, exactly as it needs to. Let it breathe and observe it. Pure awareness. You can pay attention to the full path of the breath as it enters the nose and runs down through the body and gathers in the belly, and then uncoils and comes back out. And just following and watching the breath, letting thoughts go, letting all influence of mind go. Just feel. So in this way, we're driving the mind to that place of pure awareness. We feel the body, all those sensations in it. We're aware of our space around us. We feel the emotional energy in our heart. And we watch the breath, we watch the body breathe. Let's bring in another dimension to this now, that of mind. And still with a background awareness on your breath and your body. With your eyes gently closed, just tune in to the nature of mind. Start by investigating that question. How big is your mind? See if you can push your experience out and find the edge. Corners. While you do this, you may find thoughts come up, maybe questions on your experience, little bits of dialogue, but also random thoughts that just pop up. So try to notice those thoughts appearing in the mind as early as you possibly can, just as they're born, just as they're seeds in the mind. We notice them. That's all we have to do. When we notice them, they lose their power and they gently fade away. If we choose to open them up, take a look at their stories, they then carry us. And before we know it, we've drifted off in reverie. So just stay with your experience of the body, the breath and the mind. Pure awareness. And let thoughts go for now. Mind is not full of thoughts. There's something there between and behind the thoughts. Look at that. Have a look at it. See what it's like. Don't try to describe it to yourself. The purpose here is just to experience mind in exactly the same way as we experienced our foot. Just to experience it through awareness. Don't think about it. See if you can maintain that background awareness of the body and the space around you, the breath, as you gently experience mind. If the mind does wander, don't worry. Smile at it, that happens, because every time you notice your mind has wandered, you've made a little progress. Just bring the mind back. Aware, pure awareness. Little by little, every time we sit on the cushion like this, we're introducing a new habit of mind watching. And that will kick in during our day and our week. Unconsciously we'll pay attention a little more every time, slowly choosing when to plan, when to think, when to worry, and spending more and more time just resting in the awareness state. So we can start to choose how we use our thoughts, delivering compassionate action into the world with right intent. Maybe set a gentle intent in the mind to take this practice forward out into your week. Try some meditation. Like ripples in a pond, we make a difference. Om Mani Padme Hum. You've been listening to the Meditation Show. My name's Andy Spragg. I hope you found that useful and restful, and have a great week, and I'll be back again soon. Take care. Bye for now.